Yes, you're welcome to this broadcast. Let us watch this video.
And then, of course, there's a gentleman here who was an elected senator in 1992 in the course of Babangida's transition program. When Babangida annulled the 1993 election and General Abacha took over and dissolved the Senate, that senator tried to reconstitute the Senate in resistance to the dissolution. He was detained, charged to court. He escaped into exile. Today, he is also here to celebrate with his former tormentors. But as president, commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
You cannot become president without taking an action. I don't support Tinubu and his kind of governance. The way he runs politics, I don't support him. But this Tinubu is not a coward. I'm sending a message directly to our Igbo politicians, Igbo House of Rep members, and Igbo senators. Look at what Tinubu and co did in the military junta. I read the reaction or the message of P2B, and you are trying to pamper the issues. IBB is a bad person, Look at what Osibajo said, the message he sent, and Tinubu was there. How Tinubu was resisting the powers that be then as a senator. He was an active man. He's not a good person in my own perspective, but he's not a coward. The more reasons why I'm telling my Southeast senators, don't become a coward. Stand your ground and become the last man standing in politics. Have the interest of your people at heart. That's why I support a Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Somebody is standing, even though it is death. That is a man that is not a coward. He is a man of integrity. You can see Southeast politicians and their attitude today. After Nzeribe and co aided the annulment of this Abiola's June 12th presidential election, his victory, after Igbo leaders collided with northern Nigeria to make sure that this man, Abiola, the Igbos voted massively for Abiola, whether in region or wherever they are. In Lagos and other places, Kaduna, Kano, the Igbos voted for Abiola. The Southeast also did their own part of the voting. But you look at the Tinubu, look at how history. He's not a man that I respect when it comes to good governance, but he's a man I respect when it comes to politics. Why can't our senators, our representatives stand their ground? That House of Rep member that spoke at the House saying that why would you neglect the Southeast? When you talk about rail in Nigeria, you see the boldness. Other representatives were looking at them. We have over 80 lawmakers representing the Southeast in Nigeria. Why not stage a walkout? Let the agitation start from the National Assembly. Look at what Tinubu did, although he ran away. Look at the people that paid the price, that the Yorubas are benefiting today. You can see amongst the table, you have the Yorubas and the Hausas. The Yorubas and the Fulanis. In that table, tell me one prominent Igbo man you are seeing in that gathering. One prominent Igbo man. After Eze is coming out to say, Babangida made us. I said in my former broadcast that Babangida, the Fulani, and the Cabals, most of them made our Igbo billionaires. In our generation, we will not become cowards like these people. The generation of Nnamdi Kanu will not become cowards like these people. We will take our stand. Our stand is our stand. Why we play politics and adopt the long game. I've said it, the long game. Nzobu politics is no more in vogue. It is outdated. Nobody is playing the Nzobu politics. You prepare and play for the long game. That is why alliances, use your sense. Enter alliance and make sure you secure ground for yourself. Day and night, prepare, have an agenda. Day and night, be committed to your agenda. This is what the Fulani has been doing for over the years. And they are the ones that are benefiting from Nigeria. People that are visitors, people that are not indigenous to Nigeria, they are the ones that have come. They play the long game. They are tactical. They strike when they need to strike. We Igbo politicians have been playing coward and unzobu politics. When you look at people that are activists, most of them are Yorubas. Why? Even you call them Yorubas are this, Yorubas are that. Look at activists of today. Okay, during the last election, the last end bad governance protest, how many Igbos championed any cause? Because we refuse to play. I cannot be intimidated by anyone. I am not a senseless person. Orimikpe, my brain correct. I'm an Igbo, full-blooded Igbo man. And I've studied our leaders. I've realized that our leaders have been selfish over the past. And we need to take a new leave and reorganize ourselves. Look at Samanekpa and co. that promised to give us Biafra. I told you, the only reason I'm supporting a Samanekpa movement is making Biafra trend. It is golden to make Biafra trend. Anything that does not trend loses its relevance. After Samanekpa was not in the picture for like few days, you saw the division in that autopilot group or BRIG group. You saw the division in that group. Are these the people that want to lead the Biafra nation? Their leader just disappeared within days, not weeks. Within days, we saw confusion upon confusion. Igbo leaders need to stand up and fight at the Constitutional House. We have said it that most of these Igbo leaders you see, they are a product of the Fulani. That's why we are getting the representation we are getting, because these people are not representing us, the Igbos in the Southeast. My generation shall get it right. We shall play that politics. We shall play the politics, and we must be relevant in our time. P2B needs to brace up. Although I've said it before, I'll repeat it again. Sunday Igboho, you see that Sunday Igboho? The reasons why God raised this man at this particular point in time, he has a reason. Because it is the handwork of God that God raised people like Sunday Igboho, Nnamdi Kanu, and P2B. P2B just rose from nowhere and became a prominent figure. You see, our oppressors gathered and published a book. The Cabals in Nigeria gathered and published a book. And we are all applauding them. Applauding. Tinubu fought these Cabals. And the same Tinubu wants to become join the I don't know what name should I call it, the group, the Rotary of Cabals. Tinubu wants to be part of that Cabals. Now, the agitation of Tinubu, the tactical fight, the way he fought and got into power, he was able to sit amongst his tormentors, his oppressors. He played that politics. And it is typical of these Southwest politicians. My fear is that after Tinubu, who else is going to step into that shoes? See, if you are listening to me and you think I support Tinubu, me, I'm a politician. I grew up in Lagos. I grew up among politicians. I told somebody, I grew up among politicians. I was a baby in the midst of, in our house, they used to have political meetings. I grew up in a compound whereby we had politicians coming to have meetings. We used to go for errands for politicians. I had somebody like an uncle, an Igbo person working in the Lagos State Secretariat, and many other Igbos that were working in the Secretariat. I have them. We understand how these people play the long politics. Nzobu politics is no more in vogue. It is outdated. Let us play. We have what it takes. We have the endurance, we have the capacity, we have the patience, we have the intelligence to play the long politics. When it comes to business, an Igbo man will play the long politics. He will serve his Oga for 7 years. He will still have patience, hustle for 3 years. When it comes to politics now, they will be doing zobu. When it comes to agitation and Biafra freedom, they are doing zobu. An Igbo man, when he's doing his business, he takes his time, he's patient, he's committed. He stays like he's patiently waiting for the right time for lunch. But when it comes to politics, our politicians, when they see money, they refuse. They lose their sense of belonging where they were coming from. They lose it totally. When it comes to politics, they lose it totally. Look at the video. Look at what Oshiba just said. Imagine a P2B was in that gathering. What would he have said? Look at what Obasanjo said during that meeting. They were throwing jabs at him. They were telling him, my guy, you did a wrong thing. I don't use the F word in this broadcast. You did a wrong thing. But you see, P2B, he was focused on, at the end of the day, those who will tell the truth about the 2023 presidential election. No, the person of IBB is what we are talking about. This person is supposed to be in jail. This person is supposed to be in life imprisonment for crimes against the Nigerian people, the Nigerian state. These people are the people that sow the seed of corruption that we young people cannot even benefit from Nigeria anymore. The little one we are benefiting, they come out time, subsidy for fuel, subsidy for light, they come out time. Now we they suffer. APC call the debase inflation, debase, so that they can score points. I told you, the APC is trying to prove a point, not that they want to give good governance. And don't attach the Yoruba people to this current set of politicians. They are Yoruba people that are good. They are Igbo people that are good. My brother, they are Igbo people that are bad. They are Yoruba people that are bad. They are Hausa people that are good. They are Hausa people that are bad. These are the bad eggs in Southwest. The bad eggs have taken over power. And it will give the Yorubas the bad name. I pity if a Fulani who wants to pay back the gesture that Tinubu has given to the North, the Yorubas are going to suffer it, I understand. And these Igbo politicians, they will still want to align with the North. We as Southeasterners, we don't want anything to do with Fulani. We don't want anything to do with the Fulani. But these Igbo politicians, as you see them, they will still go and align with the North against the Southwest. Politicians are always politicians. Tinubu has taken a bold step. I've told Tinubu, he's laughing. He was laughing when Osibajo made that statement. He was laughing. He knew where he was going to. The transition program, IBB, dissolved the Senate. Tinubu took a bold step. Bold. You are seeing bold. Abela took a bold step. Delegwa, bold. How many of our Igbo leaders in history, except for Ojukwu and Uzogu, let's say Nnamdi Azikiwe, but he was a selfish person. He was running his own game. He was out of Igbo land. He was hallucinating. He wants to be called Zeke of Africa. He was just a selfish. I don't use the word bastard. Because him and Aguiyi, they plunged out into what we are today. If not for those things, we should have been having a region. See, there's what they call geopolitics. So geopolitics. Black man, you are superior to the white man. Jesus, the Hebrews they are not actually white. The Hebrews, when it tells Nigerians some things, or some people that you don't read, you don't research, you don't seek for the truth, you don't look at documents, you don't look at history. When we tell you that the Hebrews were tonally melanin, you are really black. Oyibos are telling you that Jesus is a black man. Jesus is the savior of the world, the Son of God, came as a black man. Oyibos are telling you civilization started from Africa. The more reasons why I'm pushing for restructuring. If we restructure Nigeria, will be independent of what these whites. The whites doesn't want Africa to rise. The blacks, if you look at the blacks are original. These whites, when you go to Britain, look at how these Muslim whatever are coming to dominate them. And when you look at an average Britain, it seems like someone that does not even understand where it's going. The whites we have today, they are the last. I don't know how to explain it. You as a black person, The whites made sure they eliminate any iconic black person that will have opened the eyes of the black people. That's why most of our leaders are puppets in the hands of these people. You see these people, Oyibo. They make sure that they influence your elections, they influence who your leaders will become, they keep you subjugated, keep your economy crippled. They will create the world UN, World Bank, or what they call it. They will be predicting, advising you what to do. They give you loans, they put you in bondage so that you will not be free. All those people in that house, all of them seated there. You see all of them that sit, all those people in that house, they could not bring electricity. They could not fix it. Just electricity. If you watch that video of that book launch, all of them together like that, combined with all the accolades, with all the beauty grammar, with all the awada, none of them invented anything, and none of them were able to fix one sector of the economy. That's why when some people were abusing a P2B, I don't care. When I was in school, I was an activist. When I was in school, I went against constitutional authority, because you cannot say I'm a journalist and you make me become a coward that I cannot speak. Our schools are breeding cowards. The school system in Nigeria are breeding cowards. I refused to be a coward and I spoke out. I almost got one or two. You see, the system, if you are trying to adjust the system, you become nonsense. All those people in the house, with the politics they have been playing, with the alliances, this and that, they could not fix any sector of the economy. They could not. All of them. They could not. Electricity, infrastructure, they could not fix any. They could not fix the economy. None of them. So that they could not hand over a healthy baby or a healthy Nigeria to the next generation. And they are coming to put accolades. They wear agbada, they wear this, they wear that. Why some people are abroad playing the politics? I've told my Igbo leaders, if you are not going to be an Igbo nationalist, if you are not going to be somebody that will represent the Igbo people, the Igbo culture, the heritage. See, we have been telling Ohaneze over and over again, Ohaneze, what is your job? Harmonize the Igbo culture, heritage, and Igbo history. Let us have a book that talks about the Igbo people. It is one Oyibo woman that is writing about Igbo history, but Igbos cannot write about that history. What are you doing? So if I support a Tinubu because he's restructuring Nigeria, because he has the guts, they will tell me I'm not Igbo. I'm not Igbo. Are you okay? Are you really okay? I'm not Igbo. What determines who becomes an Igbo? Who determines who becomes an Igbo? I'm not Igbo. You see your Igbo leaders, Valentine is Igbo, you don't join APC now. Those who are not the Igbo now, they'll be Igbo. Some of us, we have been standing on a principle that this system must change. The change of system is going to help us get Biafra. Whoever comes from anywhere claims to become the savior of Nigeria, whether it's Jesus Christ, for him to perfect any change or even start becoming or carrying out his activities, he must change the system. The system we are running is a system handed over to us by Britain so that we will not grow. You have watched the video, Igbo politicians, see them. We should put an end to Nzobu kind of politics. Should put an end to Nzobu. It will take us nowhere. Aggressiveness will take us, I don't know how I'm going to put it. It doesn't make you less of a person. If you stoop to conquer, read that book. She stooped to conquer. Read that book. It doesn't take. Look at it, Tinubu. They killed Abiola. The revolt was systematic. They were systematically moving. They didn't. They started with an OPC. They crushed OPC. They had to still maintain the status quo. They played their politics until Buhari recognized Abiola, changed the Democracy Day to June 12th. Then from Buhari, Tinubu became president. We snatched it grab it. And I'm not telling you to follow the ways of Tinubu and some the bad eggs in the southwest political scene. I'm telling you that do not become a coward. Be wise when you are playing your politics. As you are becoming wise, do not become a coward. You cannot be good and still become a coward. A man of integrity, a good man, will stand for what he believes in and will die. A coward is one that runs away because of what he wants to eat. He wants to shop, of his selfish interests. Because of what he wants to open his mouth to chop. Because of position of small power. I'm a senator of this. You now go and be doing like this. You have people that come to visit you. You are a senator. You have a pedigree. Onto what? They will forget you because you did not help your tribe to gain prominence. You are only helping yourself. A good one. But I'm telling the people that organized that event, all of you there in that event, all of you joined together, you could not fix anything in Nigeria. Tell me one thing you fixed. You could not alleviate poverty. Tell me one thing you fixed. All of you joined together. I'm Salami, Obasanjo, Babangida, go on. I saw all of you there. All of now, I see you now there. They watch you now. I see you now there. All of you joined together. You could not fix even one thing in Nigeria. Nothing for you, no medals, no accolades for any of you. We are just as useless as when you go to meet your creator. Nothing. We, what did you give to us? What legacies? A Tinubu now, what legacy is he putting for the next generation? What legacy? You think he's building or a way or a coastal road? You think those ones are legacy? As a human being, you open your eyes, you think say all those ones are legacy. A rich man will have properties everywhere, but if he refuses to train his children, the children, when he dies, the children will turn those properties. They will sell one properties and use it and smoke cigarettes. So the infrastructure you are seeing, okay, Southwest is this. That is not legacy. One thing that our left is education. Education. How many? That is a legacy. What legacy Tinubu and co that were in that house are they living when they die? What is the legacy? The legacy they live is for their families and for their allies, their friends and foes and everything. That's their legacy I live in. You as a Nigerian, as the country called Nigeria, which they don't really believe in, what is the legacy? No legacy at the end of the day. The worst is our Eastern politicians. Let me end it here.